The claw. Yeah, no, look. You know how to draw hands? You draw beans, you draw a bean car, and then you just add more beans to it. And then you just connect the beans. Like, there's your palm. This was a terrible example. I have a really good example somewhere that I showed June. But, like, you want to draw a hand? There's your bean. That's your, like, that's the middle, the palm bit right there. And all your fingers come out of this bit right there. So you draw one bean. And then there's the meat that your thumb uses right there. And then you just draw the last part of your thumb, and then you just connect it with sticks. And then you've got the other part of meat, which is like a third bean. And so then you just draw your fingertips in ways that make sense. And then you figure out how to connect them from there. Like, this is a terrible, like, know how to draw hands before you do some of this. But for expressive hands, like, this is how I do it every time. Every time. It's just meat. Look, right there. That's a block with some scribbled in fingers. And it's just finger, 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 finger. There's the other meat. This would be a broken, this would be a double bean. Folded like a lawn chair. Find your connecting points. And then just draw from there. And then you figure out, like, you can't see the other things, but that's it. You just boom. Like, it's not like perfect, obviously, but you get some cool shapes out of it. You want to draw a fist? You want to draw a clenched fist? Here, I'll come down here. Is this the right layer to be working on? Yeah, we can work on this layer. There we go. Let me come up here. Yeah, you want to draw a clenched fist? It's just a bean, clenched beans, and then circles. And you just, like, connect the shapes. Pointing hand. Finger pointing. Awkward bean. Other awkward bean. Like, this shape is fine for hands. I use this shape for hands a lot. You know, like, this works fine. That's really clumsy. Here we go. That shape works fine for hands, because then you're like, okay, here we go. Here's my things, and you, like, use it as your rough base, and then you just fix it from there. Like, your hands don't have to be perfect when you draw them. I know I've clowned on some professional artists for having some very unprofessional looking hands, because your hands and your eyes are the first things that people are going to be looking at, right? But if your hands are expressive in the way that you need them to be, and they tell the story in the way that you need them to, that's why, look, this is a crappy fist right here. But, like, this is not an anatomically perfect hand. In fact, this hand's probably really bad. This, absolutely not anatomically perfect. It's just some scribbles. But it's expressive, right there. Is that anatomically perfect? Absolutely not. But it's expressive. You can tell what's going on because your hands are the bean car works! I know! Isn't it wacky? Isn't it fucking wild that the bean car works? You just bean car. Oh, and then you just add more beans to the bean car based off of where the fingers are, and then you just connect them. I know for a fact I have shared this before. I have shared the bean car before. The bean car works. It's just beans and circles, and it's you're just. What is the thing that we watched? It's Poi Poi Bean Car, but with fingers. You want to draw a hand at, like, perspective? You just fold your bean. You draw 2 more beans under it, and then you draw your beans closer, and then you got your other bean. Poi poi bean cart. Yeah, I couldn't remember what it is. Look at this. That right there, that's a hand in perspective. That's a hand reaching out to you because now you just draw a couple of lines to connect it and you're like, ah, yes, this is the top of my finger. You know, here's your finger and it's in segments. That's this part here. That looks terrible. That looks like a bamboo shoot. And you just like figure out how the details look, and you just fuck around and find out, and you add all the little extra bits in there. I don't remember what Rowlet looks like, but this is close enough. And then he's got his little bow. There. Bean cars. Bean cars are the way of the future, bro. Like, this isn't good, but it's a good base because then you can build it up from there into like what the hand is supposed to look like. Because like hands fold. People think that hands are stiff, but hands are they're just muscles, bones, and tendons. They fold. It's not like a leg where the leg is just, there we go, that's my leg. No, hands fold. That's why the bean works so well. Oh, you wanna have a hand like reaching like this and pointing up like that, and then you just add the rest of the fingers in. Again, not perfect, but a good start for your sketch. In fact, this finger's like way too long, but you know, and then you just like use your fingernails to add the rest of the perspective. But this is just bean, bean, bean. Always start with the bean. The hands are cool. They can do things. There's muscles in them. They can fold and shift, and they can make weird poses, and some people can wrap their hands in the opposite way. Just beans. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk about beans. I'm glad that it's changed your life. Bean cars are the way of the future, bro.